Despite what you read, despite what you hear, I am alive and well and happy and pumped. Oh, I love it. Fucking devil horns in the house. It's Tuesday night! St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn. I friggin' love it. www.saintricketts.com with Fire Cannot Burn. I consider those guys my house band. Tuesday night live it is. Bear Rains in the house. Yeah, what's up, brother? Behave yourself. Behave yourself tonight.
No stabbing.
No stabbing. Todd West in the house. What's up, Todd? Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another live episode of The You Show. That's usually where Joel comes in with a yo. Sorry, Lydia, I had to prep you for that. Outstanding.
I'm not Joel. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It is okay. I got to tell you, like a super duper Tuesday night, because Jewel is not in the house. She's working on this new job. We're proud of her. We love her. Lydia got a chance to meet her at Halloween. And so I know you're looking like, well, who's taking her place? Who is this young lady? If you remember from Halloween, she was in costume. She is the beautiful, the super talented actress and somebody who's quickly become a very dear friend.
Aww.
And one crazy bitch. The one and only Miss Lydia Manson. Lydia, good evening.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. My man Nachus in the house, one of our favorite Twitchers. What is up, dude? Little different scene tonight, but similar. Beautiful brunette hanging out with Jeff the Shark.
See, that's something I haven't gotten onto the Twitch. I don't even know what it's about. I know it's like mostly gamers.
It's a lot of gamers, and this amazing young man, Nachus, lives in South America, and he found our show, and he comes on every week.
Well, that is dedication. Thank you for supporting my friends here.
Absolutely. We appreciate it. So, honestly, I heard from Jewel earlier today, and she's like, I got so much going on. I got these tests to take for work, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. So I said, all right, Jeff, let's go to the bank. Let's see who's out there. And me and Lydia have been talking all day because everybody knows who's watching about my little misfortune. And Lydia, you were an amazing crutch. You helped me out a great deal. We talked a lot. And you really helped me believe. And I said, you know what? Lydia has done movies.
That's what
Lydia
friends are for.
Absolutely. I'm like, you've done movies, you've done our show, you've done your own show, so how about it? And then she continued to tell me about the 8 million chores that she had tonight. And I'm like, okay, I guess it's a no. And here she is. Thank you.
I rushed through.
So you're ready. I didn't tell anybody what the events were. If you want to share them, you can, so people can be blown away by your appearance. Okay. It's duties. Let's just say it's duties and a lot of duties at that. So I'm drinking beer. Don't mind me. Anyway, so to get things started, I want to thank last week's guest. We had on Lydia, a couple local people from here in PA.
Okay.
Lauren and Joe Chavo. They were on Family Feud. Yeah, right? I got to talk about Family Feud with this
that show.
Oh, I know, right? And they were wild, too. They're like a real cool couple. He had like the reverse mohawk, and she was real cool. And we talked about the show. We talked about Philly. We had a great time.
Steve Harvey.
They love Steve Harvey. Nothing but great things to say about
doesn't?
Steve Harvey. Right? He's funny as shit. And I used to watch it as a kid. Now, I know my age, I'm a lot older. But I used to watch Family Feud as a kid with Richard Dawson. And so.
I feel like he would just be funny in person. Like, he seems like one of those celebrities that if you met him in person, he would just be as funny in person, too.
I agree. I absolutely agree. So I would love to be on. And I talked about like pursuing it, and they're like, oh yeah, like it was.
Oh my God, could we have like a podcasters team?
Yeah, that's
Like,
actually a great idea.
How awesome would that be?
That would be freaking awesome.
We need to make this happen.
I like that. We have a young lady who watches our show frequently, Stephanie, who is the queen of trivia too. So Steph, if you're out there or you watch the replay, whatever it is,
we need to make this happen.
We absolutely. That is a great idea. Ray Coleman in the house. New album coming out. What is up, Ray?
Hey,
Blow
Ray.
kiss back, of course. Steve, I always blow kisses. There's Steph. Steph, did you hear Lydia's amazing idea? A podcasters Family Feud team.
We're doing this. We're making this happen.
She, of course, said, let's do it. She is the wizard of all trivia. I like that idea. I like it a lot. So I know a lot of people were tuning in. Lydia, as you know, everybody was wondering what I'm drinking tonight. I've been asked a lot. And usually I used to
I
drink
hope it's a new competition beer.
It sure is. I used to drink this other one on the show. I didn't promote
Let's
this.
hear all about it.
Right. I didn't promote this product, but just every Tuesday and Wednesday on my show. So tonight, from the Vault Brewing Company, and
Vault.
oh, that's fantastic. You can't ask for a better backdrop than that. I'm even going to shoot their address at you because this is a place you guys definitely want to check out. It's the Vault at 10 South Main Street in Yardley, PA, because they make outstanding beer. And tonight,
They sure do.
I'm drinking Public Offering, a New England IPA, which is actually very cloudy, as they're supposed to be, very citrusy.
Citrusy. Do you think it would be served well with a slice of orange?
I certainly do. I like your sales pitch. And just to leave nobody left out, the awesome fellows at Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company.
Neshaminy?
Yes, Neshaminy.
You gotta be pulling my leg.
I'm dead serious. The Neshaminy Creek Brewing Company at 909 Ray Avenue in Croydon.
What was that address again? 909.
909 Ray Avenue, Croydon. Very easy to remember. Acai berry shape of hops to come. A double India Pale Ale with acai, blueberry, and dragon fruit.
I think you should all go there Thursday night because we don't want to miss the Yo show tomorrow night.
Absolutely not. And there's another brewery that, oh no, I'm sorry, we don't do that here anymore.
We don't even want to mention their name.
No, we don't. They're no longer our sponsor. Goodbye.
Stephanie says that Neshaminy Creek is fire.
It is. Neshaminy Creek is fire, Stephanie. And who would know besides you because you are fucking fire. You're like the cat's meow.
Well, Stephanie is 1/5 of our podcaster team.
She definitely is. It looks like it's going to be me, Lydia. We got to bring Jewel, Stephanie. So it's going to be all girls and me.
Talk about a fun team.
I'm all about that.
We need one more player.
We do. If you're out there tonight and you podcast, I want to hear from the podcasters because a lot of the indie people will come back and forth and watch me. I want to see who's ready for it because I know you're out there. We need one more person. Hell, we'll even practice and make a Yo Show Family Feud edition. That'd be pretty cool.
Raymond wants in. Raymond, are you a podcaster?
He is actually going to be making an appearance on our program in a few weeks. He's an Irish musician. He is tremendous. He has done our Christmas show.
Does he have an Irish brogue? A brogue? Does he have the accent?
Oh, he's definitely got the accent. Oh, he does. And he's
I love
terrific.
him already.
Oh, he's terrific.
I'm a singer. Can we do a duet?
Absolutely.
You can't speak for Raymond.
Neither should be compared with swag wannabe beer that isn't ever a so-so beer. No, we don't say that here anymore. See, like, my influence is so great. I have a webcast. I need a guest, and this awesome movie star just comes and sits right next to me.
I'm a movie star.
You're a movie star, goddammit. I'm going to pound it into your head.
I just need something to come out.
That's all right. We're down and we're ready. And I definitely think you have it. And again, I am very excited to have you here. It means a lot to me. I think you're super cool. I have watched your program. I know you're good at it. And let's do it. Tonight, we are joined by a very special guest. One of our great public relations people, Beatrice Kimmel, always sends us terrific acts. And we've been trying to get this young man for a while. He's an awesome musician. We're going to play one of his songs in a bit, and he's going to come on. We're going to chat about his career. His name is Mr. DK Lyons. Yes.
Yes.
Very excited for DK. He's got a couple new pieces out now, EPs, so we're very excited. And we're going to have him on, and Lydia's going to get to ask him questions, and we're going to hang out. My wife's coming down the steps. My man, Christian Rupert in the house says, look at that pop collection.
I know. I'm so jealous. I just started collecting them.
Really? I love them.
I just got Carrie, so I'm super excited.
Ooh,
because obviously I do horror, so I had to get Carrie.
Exactly. My buddy Christian loves the horror ones as well. He got me Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He's got like Jason, Freddy. He collects all them horror ones.
I mean, if anybody ever wants to donate, my birthday is next week, so. Just kidding.
No, do it. Get her on board. Kiss album's over on the side. I got no room to put the damn thing. It's huge. But it's outstanding.
I was a little sad that the Carrie one wasn't covered in blood.
I feel you. They do cover some in blood. They had Oh, Jesus. Hit me with it real quick. American Psycho. Now, I can't believe I actually found it.
I keep distracting him from his itinerary.
But here's, like, American Psycho, he's got the blood splash.
Okay.
It's actually Patrick Bateman, and there's one, which is a chase that's got blood all over his face.
I know you can make, like, you can have a custom one made of you, and I was like, oh, I want to make a Lydia one.
I do, too. The one where you're holding the knife. Yeah, I want that. I want a Lydia.
I have to do it.
Definitely, I like that. I have somebody else to send pop ads to in the middle of the night. Bear goes on Marketplace and sends me all these pop ads because I'm always looking. And you just never know. He sends me a bunch. So, Lydia, when it gets to be like 10, 11 o'clock at night, turn your phone off.
I always keep mine on silent. Anyway, my phone never stops.
Now, we had this talk. Me and Jewel had this talk, and I kind of snuck it into the itinerary. Can you tell the men right now how badly their behavior is on Messenger and how little it gets them? Please help me. Fellas.
I have legit, like, I could read you the messages I have. I got a message that said, help, my penis is bleeding and you're the only one that can help me.
Oh my God, man. Are you kidding me?
No. Just because at the time, my profile picture was my face covered in blood. I think that's why he thought it was appropriate to send me that message. Or the one where another person sent 5 dick pictures because apparently the first one was not enough.
Well, no, I mean,
and the subsequent 4 he thought would be appropriate.
Every angle or the same picture?
A little bit different angles, but not by much.
Oh my God.
Or I got a lovely video yesterday from a gentleman who was calling me ugly, and that he wanted to kill me.
What?
Yeah. And then he blocked me.
Well, of course. I mean,
so I don't know what that was about.
What doesn't say romance quite like that?
Jules wouldn't throw it. Yeah, and you wonder why I take breaks from social media.
I agree. Now that's good. Are they random dudes? Like, how do random dudes?
Completely random. I have no idea who these people are.
Wow. And the day we first talked, I think I told the story the time you came on. Miss you too, Tina. Thank you. Another podcaster who would be great for our trivia team.
We're rounding out our team.
Family Feud trivia. I know Tina would be awesome too. And she says, "Hi, beautiful Lydia." She's wonderful.
Aw, thank you. You're beautiful. I love your hair.
Beautiful. We talked. Let's put that up again because she looks great. And
doesn't she?
She's got her own podcast, Ascend and Conquer, and she also does. She just hosted. She's in. And she just hosted the big Indie Pods convention, which unfortunately I had to miss, as you know why. But yeah, it's a great convention for indie podcasters. They have different guests, speakers. Everybody does a bit of their show. It's awesome. We had to miss it. So me and Lydia got to talking actually the first time because I had her on Facebook because I like entertainers, movie stars, whatever I seen that she was in movies. I'm like, all right, this looks cool. And she had the horror thing, which we always try to do for Halloween. And some dude's like, hey, nice breast or something like that. And I'm like,
and I was literally in a t-shirt. No, he said, hey, big tits. And I was legit in a t-shirt like this because I don't post overly revealing photos on my Facebook.
Right.
It's something I try to I try to avoid. I have no issues with females that do. You know, I fully support females who are confident, who do that. I'm not. So I mostly post selfies that are in like band t-shirts because that is 90% of my wardrobe is black band t-shirts.
That's my good buddy who's absolutely letting you have it. Thanks for tuning in too.
I do apologize. You're going to see a lot of band t-shirts. So, you know, I've been to a lot of concerts and I always grab a band tee whenever I go. Yeah, tonight. Rock on. I mean, I got this when I saw.
Yeah, that's badass though.
Yeah, when I saw Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson in concert a few summers ago. So I'm just like, what makes it think, why do you think it's appropriate to leave that on a public comment on somebody's photo? You know? And I've had somebody who left a comment on a photo. Um, yeah, it's absolutely it's crazy what people think. A male left a comment on one of my photos and said something along the lines of, I would love for you to bite me and take a chunk out of my skin and say,
Oh.
oh, that is the only way that you will be inside me.
Sorry, I'm laughing, but it's not really that funny. It's kind of bizarre, and I didn't mean to put you on the spot by
Oh no,
asking, but
no. It's perfectly fine.
I
I'm
know
just
you.
like, where do people come up with this stuff?
I know you have the stories, like I said, and like one night, again, as I told the story before, and I'll tell it again. I was out with Jewel. It was her aunt's birthday. My wife was there. Jewel was there. We're bowling, and I see her all upset. I'm like, "What's the matter?" She's like, "I can't even touch my phone anymore." And I'm looking, and there's like this young kid with no shirt on. He's got his thingamajab in his hand, and I'm like, "Yo, dude, you just messaged the dude." He's like, "Well, I'm like, yeah, you been catfished." Like, I'm a dude. He's like, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you," and he hung up on me. Like, really?
And I know the messages I get are nothing compared to the girls who actually, like do the OnlyFans and stuff like that, who, they are confident and willing to put themselves out there, and more power to them. I just could not, I give them props like, whew.
He is extremely funny. I tried to get him on the show one night, and his connection didn't work.
Oh my, I think I need a magnifying glass.
Wow! Damn, called you out. But
Oh,
Tom,
hi, Tom.
thanks for tuning in. Tom recently added the Super Radio Network page. He's a
Tom is awesome. He's a friend of mine.
Tom, I love the Ghostbuster get up, man. That's great
Oh my
stuff
God.
right there.
Tom was actually in the new Ghostbusters movie.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, see, we got to talk about that. I need that. We're getting to jump on sometime. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, Tom is amazing.
But yeah, man, like I'm thinking today of like topics. I got a few topics, not a lot. I'm like, all right, what do I talk to Lydia? I'm like, you know what? Let's like lay out some of this ridiculous nonsense. But I don't get the at what point. At what point do you leave it there? And you're just
I'm
like,
sorry, I messed up. He just promoted it.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm just gonna act like you were in it.
And shared the Indie Pod. The next Indie Pods United, we're gonna have a segment called "Why Do Men?" ... And we're gonna have Lydia come on and talk about the wonders of instant messages. You see, Texas Chainsaw Massacre has a new series coming to Netflix.
They're actually filming a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie in, I believe, Bulgaria.
Wow, really? That's
yes.
I like shit like that. He's a big horror freak. He's a good friend of mine. He loves the horror thing. For me, it's, I pick and choose. I usually go for ones with the pretty women in them. Don't miss The House That Eats Flesh, out now, starring Lydia Manson.
It's not out yet. It's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
But I did just film a movie in Texas called Passages of Nexus. So.
Oh, I like it. I'm very excited. And like
because obviously, Tina, it's going to be message 51 that we're going to respond to.
Right. And it's funny. I am a little more of a dirty dancing kind of guy. That's how I do it. But it's funny how when I met my wife, and it's a story I tell all the time because it makes me laugh. So she was
those are the best stories.
She was our waitress one night at Thanksgiving, working her way through college, waitressing in a restaurant. And I go to the restroom. My mom, gives her questions. Oh, she's single. I'm like, okay, hey, we start talking. She'd like to get together sometime. She says, sure. Find me on Facebook and message me. Wah, wah, wah. Pretty much sure I was done, right? I'm like, what? I said, I'm like, no way. No phone number? No. Find me there and message me. So my first instinct was, hey, put your dick on. She'll love you. That's how the guys do.
Send 5 pictures.
5 pictures from every
That is
angle.
a sure way to win.
This is Love Corner with Lydia Manson.
do, 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 do.
Dude, that is just so it just really blows me away, and I appreciate you being a good sport about it. Thank you very much, Tom. Joining the show so far. Lydia is great guest co-host to have on. Two great talents. A nice time kicking back and watching. That's how we do it here, though. 5 small pigs. We're laid back. We don't get tough. We don't talk tough. We don't do hard-hitting shit. We make fun of people who do dumb shit. We drink terrific local beers like Neshaminy Creek.
Neshaminy. That is just super fun to say.
It is. And Vault Brewing. Two of the best here in Bucks County, PA. Lydia, when you come down, if you ever come down to Bucks County, PA, I'm going to take you to some of these great breweries. There's one we're going to skip, but there's plenty of good ones. Plenty of good ones. Don't say that 4-letter word. No way, book. I am not saying that 4-letter word.
We're just going to keep saying Neshaminy.
Neshaminy. That's a big, long word. It's a word.
That's what she said.
But that does not mean that if you want to send the word Neshaminy to Lydia, that's fine. We'll leave it at that. We're going to play a song real quick. We got a few minutes before DK Lyons comes on. It's going to be here around 8:30. So through my sloppy technology, I'm going to load it. I already have it lined up on YouTube. And he's got a lot of great songs
Jeff
tonight.
is going to play his load.
I am going to play my load. I've got Moss Mill beer here as well. Don't forget, I've got Pink Street by Moss Mill Brewing in Southampton. I'm dirty tonight, Lydia. You're in the middle of this little war, but I appreciate it. I wouldn't want anybody else to be in the middle of it. Oh,
Hey.
DK Lyons is actually here. Kind of Lydia, preemptively offering my sincerest apologies on behalf of my fellow men. Never ceases to disgust me. Can't wait to join the show in a few minutes. Dude, you're awesome. Look at that. Like,
I can't wait to talk to you.
we definitely can't wait to talk to you. But I'm going to play a song of yours real quick. It takes me a second to load these up.
I can't wait to hear it.
It's called Katie in the Moment. And now anybody who watches the show will know why I played this video. The young lady who's like the star of this video is gorgeous. So I want to talk about it. But anyway, so we're going to share it and load it up here real quick. Takes about a second or two for my sloppy technology. Share video, window. No, it's not window. Advanced secure. DK Lyons, Katie in the Moment. Share. It's going to pop up. We're going to blow it up so me and Lydia are going to disappear for a moment.
Toodles.
Oh, no, we're still here on the side.
Oh, we're still here. Never mind. I take it back.
And now we're gone.
Oh, and we're gone.
DK Lyons, Katie in the Moment is the song I'm going to play right here on the O Show. It's about 4 minutes long. We'll be back shortly. DK will be with us. Me and Lydia will be back, so stick around.
Scene by coming clean. Boy, you're not taking me home. I watch his face as his plans are raised. I just thought you should know. You're just a flashlight that drinking my glass. My eyes are set on the sun. So be a darling, be moving along. Don't fear being alone. Took a sip and pulled a 20 out and hit the wood, and she told me see you now. They say perfection is not worth fighting for, but you're gonna fool me to wishing one out that door. Tell me a story when you get around to coming back to this wasted town. We'll talk about this dream they call your life and how my timing will never be right. Comes after work in an untucked shirt, making her usual rounds. She said, knows I've heard her just hollow words. I don't let them weigh me down. She's gonna sit and ask what's on my mind. I said spill drinks and empty pickup lines. She laughs endearingly and said the past is like running water. You'll never grasp it. Tell me a story
All right, that was absolutely awesome. And you know what? Not a second too soon. It's almost like he waited for the song to end because backstage now, and he's laughing. So he definitely did. Waited for the song to end. Backstage now, our very special guest, the man responsible for that song and so many others, an amazing artist, the one and only Mr. D.K. Lyons, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing?
I'm so glad you could not see me dancing to that.
I'm sure it was fantastic. Believe me.
It was.
I beg to differ, but thank you.
We all danced to it. It's a great number.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for having me. Love the show. Watched a couple of the last few episodes. Just love the platform and how like loose and chill it is. So super excited to be here.
But now I'm your favorite part, right?
Well, obviously.
Thank you.
Poor Jewel. Jewel's usually our co-host. She's gonna be very upset. But
I mean, I still love Jewel. She knows
we love
that.
Jewel.
She's
Yes.
in my heart. But I'm here right now, so I have to be the favorite.
Exactly. It's only the rules. It's how the rules are.
That it's the rules. We cannot break the rules. That's why they're there.
Exactly.
DK, you're just a victim to this. DK, you're in it, man, and you're doing.
It's not his. It's really not his fault.
It's not at all.
I mean,
But
if it's a role I have to play, it's a role I have to play. You know.
absolutely. And your PR firm Beatrice has asked us for a few weeks to get you on. I'm like, yeah, we're definitely gonna make it work. And you know,
And I'm so glad it's the night that I'm on. Like,
right?
Shout out to B. She must have known.
destiny.
She's the master of the universe, and she must have known Lydia was going to be here and that we'd have all this contextual stuff to talk about, you know?
Now we're
I
gonna be
love
best friends, and I'm like super excited.
We just played a song, Katie in the Moment, and I'm going to be closed-minded and honest while we're talking about sexuality and things. I saw the girl in it, thought she was smoking hot. I'm like, all right, let's play this video. Tell us a little bit about the song. Tell us a little bit about the video process. Tell me if my wife isn't watching. Tell me where I could find that girl.
I want to know too.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's ironic you say that because it's obviously the kind of message of the song is a bit more like, get out of here, fuck boys. Like it's about this very powerful, kind of independent, intelligent woman, Katie, who I kind of perceive as this like everyday superhero. So that's kind of where like the comic book stuff came in. I grew up like loving like the OG Batman comics from back in the day. And I've always wanted to do a music video that involved comics.
Oh my god! I just played Catwoman.
Oh, of course.
See that?
Perfect.
I know. It's awesome
I
chemistry.
did.
That's incredible. A little bit of narcissism, obviously calling her the lioness, but you know, branding, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's actually a friend of mine, Isabel, and the guy who plays the fuckboy in the video is actually her husband in real life. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Oh, so now I can't ask my next question. Is she single?
you know,
You can.
she's a smart, open-minded human being, and you know, Ray's a good guy. You never know how the universe could align, but yeah, so it's a song I've had written for a long time. I've had the title for a long time, and you know, just kind of stars aligned the last year recording it, and you know, felt like this was the right video for it too.
Yeah.
I actually have a background in video production. I've worked for a marketing agency.
wow.
I've done,
That's awesome.
yeah, I've worked with, you know, tons of athletes and entertainers for brands. So like, I'm really lucky that I know video. I edited the video. I directed the video, concepted, storyboarded,
Look
and
at
everything.
you.
I mean,
Right?
I'm very lucky to have that background, and then also having
Sure.
friends in the industry to like help shoot stuff and
You don't
work
say.
together. So, yeah.
Lydia is a wonderful actress. She has been in some horror films. So, you know, I'm all about making connections here on the show as well.
It might be fate.
What do you drink? You got beer tonight? Because I've got beer tonight as well. You're a Stella guy. All right.
You know,
Fancy.
after
I have a question about Stella. Do
Hit me.
you feel as though the Stella glass really affects the taste of the Stella Artois?
You know, it's funny. So I live in New York, and
I live in New York.
wait, where?
Oh,
I
snap.
live in Albany.
No way. I'm in Manhattan proper, but I have like good family friends that like.
I'm
live in
only 2
Connecticut.
hours from the city.
Well, let's link up and make a video.
OMG.
Seriously.
I'm only in Philly. I'm not a far ride.
You're not. I go to Philly a decent amount too. I got
Oh,
some
shit,
friends
alright.
there. Actually, random story before we get into anything. We
Let it
worked with a healthcare client recently because I still do the day job and the music job, so it's like
Wow.
two jobs essentially. We got to work with
Struggle is real.
Yeah, I know. But we got to work with Jalen Hurts and Brian Westbrook actually.
Get the hell out of here. That like blows me away. And I know like Jalen Hurts is getting a lot of grief in his town right now, but I love him. Jalen Hurts is the Eagles' new quarterback, Lydia, to fill you in.
Oh my God, that's crazy!
And Brian Westbrook is a legendary.
Brian Westbrook. Oh my God!
Right?
So that's very.
You got to work. That's insane.
So did you get to talk to them at all, or
Yep,
yeah?
both awesome guys. Brian Westbrook actually lives in Brooklyn full time now.
Oh wow.
Talking about that, he's so cool. And Jalen Hurts could not be more like authentic, chill. Like he was really like earnest when he showed up for the job, and was like he came prepared with like notes of things he wanted to say. And
Does he hate it? Does he hate it here?
No, he loves Philly. He absolutely loves Philly. He's like, these are my people. Like this is my sit. So like, hopefully he can turn it around and kind of get. I mean, we can get into the Eagles. I've got a base knowledge of them. I'm actually.
Me too.
But
that's why she's here.
Fair.
Yeah.
But both great guys and both just great human beings to work with.
Totally amazing.
Super cool. To me, that's amazing.
Anyways, though, Stella, I like it because I'm from New York. We have the giant double cans at the bodegas for like $3. Wow. I like it better in the can.
That's what she said. I couldn't resist. I know we're talking about smut all night, but you got to throw that in.
Liquor is quicker.
What are you drinking, Lydia?
I am drinking cranberry juice.
Of course. We all are.
Out of my Lydia cup. Isn't she adorable?
This is adorable.
I got her at the New Jersey Horror Con a couple of weeks ago when I was filming, shameless plug, Kiss Me Judas.
There you go.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a YouTube near you.
That is, I love all this town I'm surrounded by.
I could be Mrs. Movie Phone.
You can. You got that movie phone kind of twang. So
I hate my voice.
I like it. So you
I do too. I hate my voice too. So same boat. It's
but you got like
right.
Here's where it's tough. I listen to myself, and I got this high, kind of whiny, and you're like, you got this dude voice. Like, hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm DK. I'm like jealous.
Well, I appreciate it because it sounds to me like just crap. So I appreciate that.
I want to be a singer, and I hate my voice, so I feel like I'm like an oxymoron in myself.
Well, but like a lot of singers are like that. Like, so I've always hated my voice, but like I have never been able to stop writing songs and wanting to be a rock star. So I was like, well, I just got to deal with it at some point. But it's funny that I've worked with a couple people in the studio that I kind of record at, and like one of them, this guy is incredible voice, but he's like, I don't sing on anyone else's songs because I'm so like paranoid about my own voice. So it's like, wow. I feel like it's like a complex for most people that sing and do performance arts that involve their voice, which is interesting.
I'll sing and I'll play back a video and I'm like, that's what I sound like.
I do that every week. I play the show back. I'm like, but it's great though, because like I said, your speaking voice is deep. Your singing voice is a little higher. It's a lot of adjustment.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Lydia. That was a question for you, right?
I was just going to say I really
DK,
liked your hair. But continue.
I don't know, honestly. Like I should think about singing a lot more than I do, and I'm trying to work on that. But usually it's kind of just like I'll get an idea for a song and have to just like get it out, and kind of whatever key it comes out in is what I have to sing it. You know what I mean? So like, and that's what like, so to your earlier point, like some songs I don't go back and listen to too much because I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good to me. You know what I mean? Even though like other people will tell me it does, but it's kind of just like, it's more me following the song and where it ends up, and then having to have my voice fit that, which is probably not the smartest way to go about it, if we're being honest, but here I am.
So do you write the lyrics first or the music first?
Good question.
It depends on the song. I think a lot of times it'll be like a concept comes to me, or like a couple lines that kind of send me off in a direction, and I'll write from there. But then sometimes it's me hearing something in my head, and I like my voice memos on my phone is like 300 or 400 deep at this point. So I'll hear something on the subway and be like, I got to record that right now. And it's like just a melody of something. And then I'll like match that with a note that I wrote down of like a line from before, and that will become a song eventually.
That's pretty cool, and that's good you could do that because my voice memo sounds like, talk about this on the O Show. And I'm like, who the hell is this? And I delete it.
That's amazing.
So, your latest, a couple of your latest, you have a new one, Vandalism, that came out, and I'm sorry, I lost the title of the other one. Summer Lullabies. So tell us about the creativity of these EPs and some of the songs and the success of them, of course, because I'm sure they're getting played because I can tell from one song that you got that kind of music that gives people that positive feel.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so Vandalism's a 6-song EP that just came out a few weeks ago. Summer Lullabies was kind of the lead single into that. And basically it all came from, I put out like a full-length album last year that was supposed to come out when we weren't in a pandemic. So I had like shows booked and like I was starting to get kind of traction as a indie artist in New York, and then everything shut down, obviously. And thankfully, like I'm really grateful to be someone that has, again, a background in like video and social content. So I was able to like promote the music through the pandemic. Like I was creating music videos using like stock footage, and then like I'd take my sister out when we were like in quarantine and she'd shoot something. And like there's a really cool video of like me in my mom's garage with like a fog machine. Like, you know what I mean? So like that was kind of what I was doing during the pandemic. And then when, you know, it kind of got to around this time last year and it was clear that we were still like 6 or 7 months away from a vaccine and no idea when like things are going to come back, I was like, well, I don't want to record another album yet, but like I know that I have more style that I want to showcase than what was already out at that point. So like, let me go dig up some old demos and see if I can put something together. And then it was crazy. Like within like a week, I picked out the 6 songs that ended up in EP. I'd actually written the musical tracks like 8 years ago when I was like 19 years old. And I basically just rewrote all the lyrics within like a week, got in the studio and started recording it. And I think it's kind of completed the set of music that I have out to this point to kind of show a little bit about what I do. I love like doing different genres, but kind of tying it together with the lyrics and different characters I create and that kind of stuff. So, you know, Katie in the Moment kind of kicks things off. It's very like Prince in excess style. And then the next song in the order is this song called Poster Child, which is like Spanish guitar, like reggaeton, acoustic vibes to it. And then after that, Summer Lullabies, which is this kind of big, bombastic, like early 2000s pop punk inspired, but like with some 80s production on it type stuff. So it kind of jumps all over the place. And like I said, I think what I really aspire to is to have all these different sounds that like showcase, you know, my love for different types of music, but like it all kind of feels cohesive by the way that I write and the way that I sing and put together melodies and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where the EP came from. Summer Lullabies came out in July. I did a crazy video for that one that we can definitely talk about. And then Katie came out, and then the EP came out, and got a few new things coming up on the next few months, hopefully, that will kind of keep this era moving.
Sounds great.
So recently, with the release of Adele's new album, she fought with Spotify to get rid of the shuffle on the albums.
Good question. Yeah.
The reason she did that was because the way artists put the order of songs was because it tells a story. You just kind of said that your tastes kind of go all over the place. Is the way that you put the order of your songs tell a story on your EP?
Yeah, so it's interesting. That's like I saw that story come out, and it's definitely something I appreciate a lot about a lot of artists. And because sequencing is so important, and like I think on an EP it's a little different because it's shorter, but like my album had 12 songs on it, and the sequencing was something that I like slaved over for so long and thought about really hard for a long time and had to get perfect. And I wouldn't say like my first album tells a story, but like the sequencing is very important. And everything that I've kind of got lined up, I'm absolutely insane. I have like future albums already kind of planned out and waiting. And like, those are like, I've already thought about the sequencing there, and it's very important because it will tell a story. And I think, you know, obviously dating back to like the history of LPs, like you had to have things in order. You had sides to flip. Like a lot of times artists, like there's like, I think on Full Moon Fever, one of Tom Petty's albums, like Running Down a Dream, the album version has like this funny little skit that like plays before you flip the album over. So like there was always a craft to sequencing that I think has gotten lost a bit with streaming and all of that. But every artist is still putting out albums, at least good ones, that are meant to be listened in a specific order. So I really like applaud Adele for doing that. And you know, when you're someone like that, that's probably spending better part of a year and a half, 2 years in the studio crafting it, and you know, thinking about the sequencing to that extent, and you put it out and people are just shuffling it or playing like 3 songs, it's, you know, it's hard not to be like, no, this is meant to be listened in a certain order, because I've thought about it so hard for so long, you know?
That's amazing. It's amazing how Lydia came up with an awesome question with just a few
Sorry.
minutes of preparation. No, it's great. That's a tremendous
Great
question.
Music is my life. Music is my safe space. Like, if I didn't have music, I wouldn't be here right now. Like,
Yeah.
like I Prevail's album Trauma. That album got me through one of the hardest moments of my entire life.
Wow.
So like listening to that album from start to finish, like, you know, and like even going back to when I grew up, like Eminem was one of my biggest musical influences. I know you wouldn't think that looking at me, you know, as I'm sitting here with like Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie on my
No,
shirt.
there's definitely a correlation there.
You
Yeah,
know,
somehow,
but
if you
like
go deep enough. Yeah.
But, you know, talking about like the skits on people's albums, like Eminem, like he had a ton of skits on his albums, you know, and like thinking back to that, you know, so that played a huge influence of my life, like listening to these albums, you know, so I totally relate to that.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, you know, I think for me too, because I associate music with visuals so much, like whether that's like music videos or like really great movie scores, or just like what you imagine in your head when you listen to certain songs. Like that's one of my favorite things that actually about living in New York is like going out at night and just listening to an album and just like imagining that I'm like walking within the album as a movie in New York City.
That's cool.
Oh my God, like Queen of the Damned, one of the most amazing soundtracks I've ever heard in my entire life. I like just listening to that album, I can picture the entire movie in my mind.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean that's why it's important, because then once you do that enough times, you build that association of like the peaks and valleys and the way that the story would work, you know, throughout an album as it would in a movie too.
That's pretty awesome. That really is, and that's like the creative mind at work, and it just blows my mind because, like I said, actress, musician, the way your approach is very similar in 2 totally different fields, but it's just freaking awesome. Now, you mentioned Prince. You mentioned some other artists. Who do people in excess? Who do people kind of compare you to? Who are some of your influences? And somebody said, "Oh, your music sounds like dot dot dot."
Yeah, I mean, I think like Tom Petty is up here above everyone else for me. In a similar kind of way to what you said, Lydia. Like I wouldn't be here without Tom Petty. My dad was a massive fan. Like most of my early memories of being a little kid were like driving in his black Chevy Impala SS that he put a Corvette engine into to the
I
airport.
like that.
Yeah, it was sick. I'm gonna find one someday and buy one for real. And like every Petty album was always playing there. And then my dad unfortunately died when I was 6, and like Petty was like my father though growing up. Like I was pretty much raised by mainly women. Like I had some good male influence in my life family wise, but they weren't like super present. So it was mainly like my mom, my sister, my grandma, my aunt, and then like Tom Petty was like my growing up. So a lot of influence pulled from him for sure, especially the way that like he writes, and especially the way that he writes about women actually, like coming up from the rock and roll era, obviously a lot of like misogyny and a lot of like treating women as like sirens and these negative influences and like, how dare you do this to me? Whereas like Petty always treated women kind of with this respect and this kind of, you know, like I'm trying to think of the right word, like on the same level essentially. And there was never that like talking down that I heard in other artists growing up on rock and roll radio. So I was always drawn to that too. So definitely Petty, but 1975 also up in that echelon. They're a newer band. I think that's where I get my sense of like, oh yeah, you can go from like, you know, an 80s synth pop song to like a bluegrass song, because they do that all the time where they genre bend, but it's Matty Healy, the lead singer, who kind of ties it together with his unique songwriting. So those two are definitely like upper Mount Rushmore for me. And then bands like Third Eye Blind, big fan of them from the 90s, Gin Blossoms,
Yes.
Pearl Jam. Like I think 90s is probably my decade.
Jeremy, I absolutely love that song.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. Jeremy Black, like all those great ones from 10. And then random like more like Jackson Brown, Jason Isbell, Phoebe Bridgers, like folky rock too. And then I like, a lot of modern pop stuff. Like I'm a Drake fan, like not ashamed to admit it. You know what I mean? So
Do
kind of all.
do you watch Degrassi?
I've never seen Degrassi. I know.
Oh.
I know.
I've watched Degrassi maybe a couple episodes.
Oh my God, I've seen all of the episodes.
And then my homage is to Saved by the Bell. You can't like both. You have to like one or the other.
I like Degrassi.
There you go. We've got a
DK?
divide in the show, clearly.
DK? Degrassi or Saved by the Bell?
Saved by the Bell is the one
My
that I
man.
know. I know.
I'm
sorry, Lydia. I'm sorry.
It's
I
over.
know. I don't blame you.
Lydia Manson, ladies and gentlemen. She's going down the line. But that's awesome, and it's great that you have such
Now I
a
just
range.
messed up my hair.
I know, right? It's horrible looking. That's why I wear a hat.
Obviously, that's the important part here.
See? But that's very cool. And you got, like I said, that wide range is awesome. And like I said, growing up. And
I'm
Petty-
sad he didn't mention Britney Spears.
well, I love Britney Spears. But
Okay.
coming out with Petty is awesome because a lot of people, at least artists I speak to, and they come on the program, a lot of people don't mention Petty. And you'll hear people saying, well, his voice isn't this, and his songs are very average.
Who doesn't love Free Falling?
I will fight anyone who says anything that is bad about Petty, let me tell you.
Literally sang
Right
that
here
drunk
on the
at
show.
the bar.
Yeah, we'll do it live on the show. I'll get
I
it.
like it.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, do it. Brawl somebody who said, I'm a big Petty fan. I've seen him live 3 times. When he passed away, it was very unique to me because when I feel like I'm getting older. Now, you guys mentioned your age, a lot younger than me. I'm 50.
I didn't say my age.
When the guy, you kind of led to a certain thing. I know DK laid his right out because he's a young guy.
I'm going
But-
to be 33 next week.
See your babies. When Petty passed away, I'm like, man, there is like a lot of growing up rock to me. And I always thought he was a great influence. Bad voice, good voice, whatever. It wasn't about voice. It was about the music. Like Dylan. Like,
No, I mean it's like that's what it is about, like the legends like that. It's like it's not how they sang it, it's what they had to say. You know what I mean? And Petty had so many great songs. I saw someone mention "I Won't Back Down." Like that's the Florida Gators like rally chant for their football team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that one lays it out there with no ambiguity, but then he's got so many songs with like just great layers and lines that'll just like hit you. And what I love about him too is that as a writer, and I've definitely taken it, is he writes songs like movies where like you get to after the second chorus and after the guitar solo, whatever it is, it's not just, well, let's repeat the chorus again or like repeat a verse. There's always like another thing that ties the song together. He wrote really great bridges, you know what I mean? Or a great third verse. And it's kind of like in a movie where you have that, like, we're rising to the final climax here. It's not just, we're going to repeat the same thing that happened in the middle of the story again because it was catchy, you know?
yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, so much influence from him. And I think to your point, like when he passed away, it was like devastating for me, obviously. And, you know, it took a long time to get over, but, you know, definitely like hear his music in the way that I approach it. And again, going back to talking about voices, like there's times where I know I don't have the best voice for the moment, but it's kind of to your point, like I remind myself that Petty doesn't sound great on Breakdown or like some of his early stuff. Like he really doesn't objectively sound great, but it's still like badass because he's just laying it out there,
Yeah.
you know, his authentic self. And that's, you know, the best part.
Take note. Do not have to sound good to DK Lyons. Just have to have good lyrics.
So when you do your duet, Lydia, let DK handle the sweet sound. You just be you, man.
Just have to be me.
I mean, I'm always open to duet. I did one on the EP for the first time. I've worked with, you know, this great singer, Emma Ray. So Lydia, anytime you want to link up, we'll do it. See what we can do though, is we can write a song together and then we can do a video together.
Yes.
I already followed you on Instagram.
Well, then we'll link up and make it happen.
Wow.
This is happening.
This is what we're all about here.
Look at this, Jeff. You
Yeah,
did not
can join too,
know.
though. You can join too. The invite's open.
I'm all about it. But that's like what we do is like when Jules here or Angela or Lydia, I celebrate the art and the artist, and I want to know
I just like
stuff
being
like this.
creative.
Like we do questions. I list questions, but the free form and the basic asking is what really comes out. Like that's
Look
where you get the
what
true
just
spirit,
happened.
right?
I have this really awesome chorus that is stuck in my head.
Yeah.
It's just stuck in my head.
Are we ready for it?
Oh, no.
DK, are we ready for it? You
I
let
don't
me
want
know.
anyone to-
You gotta sing it now. You've brought it
I don't
up.
want anyone to steal it.
So record a voice memo and then send it to me, and we'll work it out, and then we'll copyright it and all that, and then we can do it on the show next time.
There you go. And attention to everybody out there. It doesn't mean you can send obscure stuff to DK Lyons, and you can't send
Don't
body
send me dick
parts to
pics.
Lydia Manson.
You
Let's
can
be
send me
adults.
titty
We gotta
pics.
talk about that. I was cringing listening to the first part of the show, and I was like, get in
Yeah.
there. I need to talk about this because that was just disgusting. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
Tom followed you too.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it.
Dude,
You can send me any pics you want. Don't send that shit to Lydia though.
right,
Yeah,
exactly.
I accept titty pics. I do not accept dick pics.
There you go. You've heard it here officially, and we got to stick to that. And I'll get in the cage with anyone who does that too. We'll just set up a whole cage match, and I'll just take people on.
Yeah, especially 5 times.
I want to fight people too.
I think I tell you, we do a cage match kind of thing, and I agree. And I did that because I don't know if you heard the story, DK, and I know you were here earlier. Me and Lydia met. Well, not met. Like, I had followed her on Facebook because I liked her acting, and I was interested in doing Halloween shows. We love great actresses and stuff for Halloween. And the day I went to her post, some guy said something like nice breast or nice tits or something. And I'm like, wow, this is a really bad time to ask her to come on the show, but I'm going to do it anyway.
So about that.
I mean, Lydia, obviously, like you can speak to it much more than I could, but like, I feel like we're making progress. It's not probably as bad as it used to be because there used to be no accountability at least. I've seen a lot and had to shut down some of my male friends that have said some weird things, and I have a younger sister, so I'm very protective of that. But I feel like social media like opened the floodgates for people to have more access to people to send really bad things, but also gave women the platform to call them out and like post screenshots and be like, yeah, like you just said this, like go fuck yourself essentially.
But
So,
I will say it is a two-way street. I am on TikTok. Men post thirst traps. Women are just as bad as men. I have seen some nasty comments from women towards men. So, it is both ways. So no one is innocent in this.
I feel like it's like, I'm going to make this analogy off the cuff right here. I feel like it's like being at a stoplight. Like, I feel like if both parties have the green light and indicate the green light, like that's fine. Like, you can say whatever nasty crap you want. Like if you're into that, great. But if someone's like very clearly not let it like open to hearing that stuff, or has like been outspoken about it, or like clearly has a significant other of some kind, like that's like the worst part for me is I've seen like people on social and friend of mine get all these weird, super explicit messages, and it's like they're like, I'm literally posting myself with my partner like every day. Like, what do you think's gonna happen here?
We should start off that way. I'm
Right,
just saying,
yeah.
you should not start off with a dick.
You heard it here first, fellas. Do not start off with a dick.
A public service announcement from the Yo Show. Do not start off with a dick.
Maybe start off with a how do you do?
Hi, how are you? Here's my dick.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm saying. Like again, if you want to get to that point of intimacy,
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to be like that, but you don't start off that aggressive.
Yeah.
And expect a good response. You know what I mean?
I've already given out my age. Back in my day, before social media, I actually said that phrase. Anyway, before social media and you had access on your phone, I had to take somebody to dinner.
Tom literally just said that in the comments.
Right, and be a man and take them to dinner and show them a good time before they saw my dick. And 99% of the time they didn't see it, even after a great first date. So, man, you're cheating.
Preach.
Preach. So, DK, when you're not making music, which seems to be a lot, you make a lot of music. When you're not performing, thinking, creating, what's a kickback? What is a regular day in the life? What do you do for fun, man? What do you do to just go out and be a person? Not that you're not a person, but when you're not being a superstar. I say superstar. I think you guys are great.
Well, I'm not a superstar yet, but I appreciate that.
You're on the way.
I mean, I do, like, this is going to sound stereotypical. I was actually watching one of the earlier interviews. I forget her name, the bass player, though. And she was like, honestly, like, It's all I think about. I don't sleep. Like I do think about music pretty much 99% of the time, even when I'm.
Rachel Bello.
Yes, and she
Great
was
young
great,
lady.
great
Local.
interview. Yeah,
She's
so
awesome.
rad. Pretty much thinking about music all the time. But I mean, I live in New York City. Like always something to do here. Hanging out with friends. I'm a big skier, so I've got some.
Oh wow.
Fun skiing coming up. I'm going to Montana in a few weeks. I actually, so I got into.
Why not Hunter Mountain?
You know, yeah, I'll
It's
go
right
there
by
sometime
me.
this year,
I'm
probably.
just saying.
I mean, hey, it's Albany's on the way, right?
No, it's
I've never
Hunter
been there.
Mountain is nearer to me than Albany.
So. Oh,
I'm geographically challenged, but yes, that is the way it works out.
okay, interesting. It's funny though. So I got my first job out of college in marketing in video because in college I made ski movies, and like I grew up a big ski movie buff, like all the pros doing all these crazy backcountry tricks and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I want to do that, but like me and my friends were terrible. Like we're bad. Like, we couldn't do that kind of stuff. Like we weren't doing like cork nines and all that crazy stuff. So we took it upon ourselves to like make ski movies that had like plot. So junior year of college, we did a parody of Star Wars essentially. And we filmed, the last scene was a lightsaber battle on skis. I was dressed up as like an 80s outlaw. I had a wig, I grew a mustache, I had a leather jacket, and my best friend, who's 6'4", was in a giant dog costume.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". I will send you the clip after this. It's hilarious. Like literally like a 4-minute, and I animated it. It's terrible. Lightsaber battle down Killington, Vermont, on skis. Dog costume.
Fall did you?
What's that?
Fall did you?
No, actually, no. Didn't fall.
You're talking about Star Wars. You got her talking like Yoda. Fall? Did you?
Right?
I understood the assignment.
Very well.
So that was my background. And then the next year we made an Indiana Jones themed one that was equally ridiculous and just so bad. But it so happened that when I interviewed at the marketing agency, like my boss at the time was like a big Star Wars fan. So when I told him that story, I was like, there's no way I'm getting hired with this.
You're being called out. The audience wants to see this now.
Want me to cue it up?
If you can, I mean.
Oh yeah, let's do it. I think there's an individual clip of it, honestly, that I have on my old YouTube. But yeah, my boss at the time loved Star Wars, so he was like, you got the job. And I thought that I like blew the interview because I started talking about this weird lightsaber battle on skis thing.
It's kind of killing it here, I got to be honest. Lydia cringes, but she's thinking he's still
I'm not
cute,
cringing, I was laughing.
He's still pretty cute even with that weird Star Wars.
I was laughing.
I mean, I'm not ashamed at all of who I am. You know what I mean?
Mary, that's what we like here.
Up every day as I am. Like, I think it's absolutely hilarious. Would I do it again now?
I was laughing. I talked like Yoda.
You did.
Hey. All right,
I was in it to win it.
I'm gonna drop it. Will this private chat work?
I am technologically challenged as much as I am geographically challenged.
I'll see what happens if I click it. If I click it, it's going to come up. Now I got to see where we're at. Oh, all right. The audio comes up. So let me try.
Got audio.
Let me try and.
Did he talk like Chewbacca?
So we didn't have any audio in there, unfortunately. We didn't know anything about.
Oh my God! I will
can
do
get
the
it.
audio. Oh my God! I'm gonna do the audio for the video.
So cut to like 30. Let me find the time.
I'm gonna do the audio.
It's 42 minutes, so we'll give you maybe a minute or two of this.
No. Go to like 35 minutes in. That's where the lightsaber battle starts.
There's 35 minutes.
It's a bunch of segments of my friends and I doing a bunch of crap, and there's some plot stuff in the middle that sets this up. But it's the last like 3 minutes of the movie.
Who says the Yo Show's not high tech? I would go to 34, 44.
Nope, right there.
I'm here for it.
We hit play.
That's me.
Yeah, let's blow it up.
Terrible editing.
The best Chewbacca I got.
Great. how bad is this?
It depends who you ask. I'm loving it.
Oh, and then we had these cutaways from my girlfriend's phone. The shots didn't line up. Shout out Tina.
I can't stop laughing. I'm trying.
Like most people were like going out, drinking every weekend, like all day, every day. Like we were doing that, but we were also going out to Killington every weekend.
I can't stop laughing.
The guy in the dog costume is killing it. This is the best part. And some random guy skis by.
Yep.
I can't do it anymore. I'm trying so hard.
It goes on like another 2 minutes. You don't need to watch the rest of it, but you get the point. Lydia, they'll have to get you the next Star Wars movie, clearly.
I'm gonna get you, Chewie. Chewie, I'm your father.
We didn't find this scene well at all, so that's why there's this long gap. Like,
He just stops. Oh. I could honestly watch that whole thing over and over again. Ladies and gentlemen, DK Lyons in the education show. Dude, that's
Thank
freaking
you for
hilarious.
viewing.
And it got some great stuff. Julie West watches with her husband Todd. She said it's great. And Todd, of course, asked for it. You're welcome, Todd. Great
Thank
job
you,
to
guys.
ask for it. And thanks for, dude, I got to tell you something. This, for anybody out there watching, that was not planned. That was definitely spur of the moment. And I got to tell you, dude, the cuts where you say this is your girlfriend skiing, freaking hilarious. Hilarious.
I know it was my sound effects that did it for you.
the sound effects really did it. We should go back and ADR that. But like, I don't.
Oh my God, I have to ADR my lines for Passages of Nexus this weekend, so I totally got you.
You're in the studio already. Let's line it up.
I just got a new microphone.
Well, I mean, clearly I've got a new following for this cult classic, so we'll just do a re-release of it and it'll be famous.
OMG.
Oh, when the show's over, I'm watching the whole thing for so
We're totally
I'm not going to lie.
DK, we are totally gonna be besties after this.
I mean, are we not already?
Right. Should I leave?
I felt it. I just didn't know if it was reciprocated or not. But I'm so glad that it is.
Of
It's a
course.
beautiful thing. Right night.
It really is
Right
a beautiful thing. I'm so glad it's felt.
I know. I need a moment.
You too?
I'm good.
I feel kind of weird. I feel like I should take my headphones off and walk away.
It's okay. I'm glad that you're here to feel it.
I feel it, and I tell you what, it's.
Does
freaking
everybody
awesome.
else that's watching feel it?
I don't want to know what they're feeling. They have to watch.
Hopefully not themselves.
So
But
you're
it's-
the guy.
Let's go. Go ahead.
You're the guy in the video with the long hair.
Yeah. So I grew out. The hair's not real, but the mustache is. I grew that.
Oh, okay.
I knew we were gonna film that scene. We filmed that scene in like April of my junior year, and I started growing the mustache in like October.
That's in the latest horror movie starring Lydia Manson and DK Lyons and Bear Rains.
But it's
Was
funny,
the
but
girlfriend a fan of the mustache?
No, obviously not.
Ooh, wow.
No. It's probably why we broke up, honestly.
That poor. This is a COVID beard.
So
am I
you're
right?
saying there's a chance.
Right? Welcome to
Just
Love
kidding.
Connection. No,
No, I'm just kidding.
no
But yeah,
dick
it's
pic.
funny because most people like don't probably associate me with being like all that like funny. Like I have friends that are like knock me over funny like when they talk, but like I feel like my sense of humor comes through in the videos. And like if you watch that and you go watch my Summer Lullabies video that I put out where I dressed up as Harry Styles, Drake, Machine Gun Kelly, Phoebe Bridgers, like all this weird stuff.
Oh,
like,
we should have had that one. I
I
suck
know.
at this.
Like you see where the progression and where like my sense of humor comes through and that kind of stuff. Because I'll do that because I grew up like my favorite movie of all time is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which is just like
That's a good one.
old school but like really good comedic timing. Yes, how much does this African swallow away? Like You know, so that's kind of where like I get to
I
have my sense of
saw
humor.
the play of that.
Wow.
There's a play.
Yes.
Where?
Well, I saw it in Buffalo when I lived in Buffalo, so I saw it at Shays.
Can't say I've ever been to Buffalo, actually. That's probably why I
Well,
missed
you're
it.
missing out on some pretty good chicken wings. I will tell you that.
I've heard.
I saw that horrible game the other night. I don't know how big of a sports fan you are. That horrible football game and that Buffalo win. That was a disaster. Disaster.
I'm a Pats fan. I'm from Massachusetts.
Okay,
originally.
we can't be friends anymore.
Lydia, I
over.
was waiting for this moment. I knew I was gonna ruin it. Hardcore.
Yes, you did. Bills Mafia for life.
Wow.
Sorry, who won last night?
Wow.
I don't know.
The Pats did.
That's the. Sorry. He
Yeah, I was
ruined it.
lucky.
He ruined it
came
without a
up
genitalia pick, too. What?
She's out. I know. I just killed the vibe. I'm sorry, but I Pats over anything else.
Get your vibe.
You know what? I feel you. I like both teams. I was disappointed. Last night I was watching.
Buffalo Bills.
I was watching for fantasy football purposes last night.
Fair.
That's why I watched. I'm a fan of both teams. New England's got a very good squad. Considering everybody thought it was Brady based. Now it's not. But I love the Bills. I love the makeup of it. And I love the fact that those two teams are bringing back like the true AFC East. Because forever it was just New England.
Totally.
Now it's a competition. I like it. It's cool.
I agree with you
A little
100%.
bit of trivia. I got to film a TV show, well, a pilot for a TV show called Set List in Buffalo, New York, with one of the Buffalo Bills.
Which one? Which one?
I don't remember his name.
Awesome.
It's on my Instagram.
I will have to check that out when I follow you back on Instagram.
Oh, I gotta follow back! Yay!
Well, if we haven't ruined the vibe yet, obviously, yes. I mean, we can still be best friends.
I will let you both know. No disrespect to my wife. Years back, I dated a girl for several years. I'm an Eagles fan, of course. She was a Cowboys fan. On Sundays, we didn't hang out together. So I got to tell you, on Sundays, I got up and I left the house. And it made it work. It can work.
I bet it did. I mean, I think that's one thing we can all unite on is Cowboys fans are just
yeah.
It's like
Everybody's
being a Yankees fan, you know?
right.
Oh my
Everybody's got
God. I was in Dallas last week when there was a Cowboys game. It's insane. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I don't think I could ever deal with that, honestly.
I was like, what's going on?
The problem is too, they're just like you get Cowboys fan, and not that like I'm against like liking a team that's not from your home city, but I feel like Cowboys fans like they latch on from like random places that just because they like, you know what I mean, or like it was someone that followed them in the '90s when they were winning Super Bowls, and like
Harrison Phillips. Sorry, that's his name.
All right, Harrison. Very good.
Harrison Phillips.
it's a random one. I feel like at least. But
I'll
stop trashing Cowboys fans. I don't want to alienate any potential fans of mine. So
No, I mean, it's
think
great
Cowboys
that they
fans
love
watch
their
it.
team so much. I was just like, I don't know what
Yeah.
to do right now because I don't know anything about football. I'm just from Buffalo. I grew up in Buffalo, so I support the Bills. That's what you
that
do.
works.
That's
I
what
don't
you
thi-
do.
I don't think Cowboys fans watch this show. It's very Philadelphia. When I first got into this show, before we did the video thing with my buddy John, he was a New York guy. It was a New York-based show. It broke my freaking heart. And then when he said, I want to get out, I got together with Jewel, Philly. Everything's Philly. And in Philly, we accept everybody.
I think the good thing is that we can both agree, though, that on our disdain for the Cowboys and the Giants. So
Yes.
I will
People
agree
will
with the
enjoy me
disdain
being
for
on-
the Giants.
There we go.
There is
you've
only one team in New York, and they are the Bills.
wow. You have redeemed yourself. How about hockey?
Sabres.
Wow.
interesting.
They suck.
They're still
Hey.
Buffalo.
I was going to say New York teams have not had a good run in general in hockey
Yeah.
recently, so it's been a little tough.
And it seems like, to me, it seems like big city, small city, and then like the outskirts. Like big city people are Rangers fans. The smaller town fans are like the Islanders fans. And then like the outskirt people are Buffalo fans.
Yeah.
And I'm more for the Buffalo. Like Sabres have done the Flyers dirty, but I've always been kind of a Sabres guy. as compared to the other two fuckwads from New York. But just under an hour away from me. Didn't realize you were that close. Yeah, man, I'm close. I'm close to Staten Island, New York. I got friends in Staten Island. It's an hour away, so I'm all about New York.
Well, I'm going to be in the city next week.
Yeah. What, New York? That's not Staten Island. All right.
What brings you to New York next week?
I'm going to celebrate my birthday there. I'm going to go to the Beetlejuice house.
Ooh, congrats. I used to live like literally a foot from there. And
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Is it fun?
It's rad. It's really cool.
Yes.
It's done up well. The staff is like fully bought into it. Like very like strong spooky vibes for sure. So
I love spooky vibes. I myself am stranger than usual.
I mean, you're a Sagittarius, so you know.
It's how I roll.
Man, you guys are doing a lot of homework on each other. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't flirt with anybody. My wife's upstairs.
I have to know. I have to know. What does the DK stand for?
Okay, so
it's not Donkey Kong. I can tell you that.
It's sure not.
It's not dick pic. No, right?
That would be DP.
No, the DI.
That'd be tough.
Anyway.
I don't know. So my real name, those are my initials, and my last name is not at all marketable. It's Kornheiser, which is Tony Kornheiser, great sports. Yeah. From what I understand from my grandma, is a distant relative to us at some level.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but Kornheiser is just not marketable at all. So, funny story. So the Lyons comes from a couple things. So I'm a Leo. Like my dad, looked like a lion. My mom always associated with him. My mom has like all these lion statues in her house. Like that's a big thing. But my first guitar teacher, his last name was Lyons, and I'm a proud failed guitar player because I failed lessons 3 times. Could not take lessons. It's terrible. So like I thought it was kind of ironic that it all came together, that I'll do my initials and this kind of last name that has meaning, but it's also kind of ironic because it was the first guitar player that I worked with, and I literally like was so terrible that like he was like we couldn't teach me essentially. I was like 8, but it was still like really bad. Wow. So there you have it.
Can you say it's Donkey Kong?
Yeah, sure. For you, yes. Donkey Kong Lions.
You can call me whatever you want, baby.
I used to love playing Diddy Kong Racing.
Great classic game, for sure.
Right?
Yes.
Who doesn't love Diddy Kong Racing?
Such a classic.
I was a little too old for that. I stuck working like an old man.
What? Diddy Kong Racing was amazing.
What the heck is
all
that?
those old N64 style games.
Right? That and the Rugrats. Oh, and not to mention GoldenEye.
Oh,
the #1 64 game.
So I was never like we were not allowed to have video games in our house growing up. Essentially,
I'm sorry.
I didn't. Well, I mean, it was good. It's kind of a good thing. I never played like any of the OG like COD games or like Halo, but weirdly,
I didn't play those.
No.
But like all my friends were into them and got really into them. But weirdly, like my cousin had an N64 and we used to play GoldenEye. And that was like the only shooter game I ever played growing up. And
that was like, the only game I played.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So okay, I'm just gonna call you Diddy from now on.
That name's taken though in the music industry.
So
what is actually he may not refer to himself as Diddy right now. Though.
I don't know. He's changed it like 100 times.
Exactly.
I mean, you're going to be DK, but we're both going to know that it's Diddy.
Okay, fair.
Diddy
I can work with that.
Okay. Diddy Kong Lions.
Oh, my God. That is too much. And in case any of you are wondering out there to get more scoop, it is DK Lyons Music on Instagram, DK Lyons on Facebook. Ladies, you can send boob pics. Men, no dick pics.
Facts.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I mean, like...
Who doesn't? Like, it would brighten anybody's day.
Even I've got a dick pic before, and I'm pretty sure he got the wrong person. Probably was after my wife and sent me one, and I was just like...
Yeah, well, our Irish fellow said that he has a guy stalking him.
Ray's a good-looking fellow, gotta tell you. So...
For you, Jeff, so it's not surprising,
hey, this doesn't... This doesn't grow on trees. It, takes a little while to get this ready. So what's next for DK Lyons? Obviously, a lot of music came out, a lot of good EPs, and great music has come out. What's next, man? Another album? You want to go out a little bit and play? You're going to hit the road? What's next, dude?
Yeah, I think it's just trying to grow the audience in any way I can. I've been playing some shows in New York. I actually played like my first electric show in end of July, so it's like fairly new territory and loving it. I love because I played acoustic shows all before that, but really love the live vibe. I love rehearsing, so probably playing some live shows to start the year, and then I've got in today's day and age, you got to kind of go down every alley to try to gain, an audience. So I'm actually working on like a kind of a tropical EDM remix of Summer Lullabies right now.
Ooh, I like that.
And I've got some TikTok ideas that I'm going to try out and just kind of, try to, like I said, kind of grow that audience, try to get a following however I can. Lydia and I are going to shoot a music video for one of the other songs in the next quarter, obviously.
We're going to go on tour together as well.
Yep. So that's the plan right now.
Yeah, we're going to have a tour bus.
Wow. Jesus.
We'll put the Yo Show logo on the side of the tour bus, though.
Yeah, we're going to have T-shirts.
Yep.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, come on.
And
free.
Beanies because we're in New York and it's cold.
Yes. Agreed.
You absolutely got to have that. And again, I posted it in the banner. If you're curious to learn more, DK Lyons Music on Instagram, DK Lyons on Facebook. Check him out on YouTube as well.
Lydia Manson.
/ Lydia Manson. Check him out on YouTube as well. Spotify. The music is outstanding, dude. I got to tell you, very upbeat. We loved
Thank
it.
you.
Lydia was dancing. She won't show you. After the show, I will record it.
It was a
I'll
little
send
something
it to,
like this.
It was a little something like this, and I'm like, Lydia, put your clothes on, and she put.
It was not like that.
It was
and
not.
Nobody needs to see that. I will tell you that.
But the music is great, and I would love to. I'd love to welcome you back on the program anytime. This has been I don't even call them interviews. I think interview is so stuffy. It's a chat. I've learned a lot. Lydia's learned a lot. Obviously, we had a great time, dude.
We're gonna be back for the reunion tour.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely. You're a real dude, and we've kept you, close to an hour, which we normally don't do here.
I only got half an hour when I was a guest.
Got to step it up, Lydia.
Obviously.
Got to step up your game, Lydia.
No, I appreciate you having me so much and promoting
Absolutely.
music. I'm glad you enjoyed the music. And again, I've done a number of interviews and never had one that was this like open and cool and conversational and like it's really cool. Not that I don't love talking about my music with people, but like having a real conversation and getting to just, shoot the shit. It's like, it's so different and refreshing. So really appreciate it.
Sure. I hope you had a really great time.
Yeah, we hope you did. And
fantastic time.
You found a brand new fan and friend. It's been flowing very nice. Great show. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Tom.
So much.
Appreciate you sticking around.
Yeah, so do I. And I'm going to be a little crude, but I fucking love the words that just came out of your mouth, dude, because it's a couple weeks back. We had a guest that was pretty big. Her name's Lena Scissorhands. She's in a big metal band. They tour the world, and I was like very nervous. And she does her own show, and she's like, we chat. We have guests on and we chat. I'm like, I like that. Like, not interview. Like, interview stuff. You like, DK, what was your second grade teacher's name? That's not our shit, man. That's just like, come on.
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
We went off the rails like 8 times. That's what you want. You want to get into that like personality driven stuff where we're like, I'm learning about you guys just as much as you're learning about me. You know what I mean? That's what's real.
And I'll tell you what, because without giving a rat's ass what political thing you believe in, or without giving a rat's ass about your look on COVID or any friggin' thing, people are going to watch this like, this guy's friggin' cool. I want to get to know him. I want to listen to his music. You know what I mean? That's what we're all about. We're about, how is he when he's real? And I got to tell you, man, Ace is like, you're the kind of dude I would sit at a bar with, drink some beers, shoot the shit, check out the ladies. I'm only kidding, honey. I don't check out any ladies. You give me DK. Yes, DK.
You can wingman for me. We'll
my man.
Have you met DK?
Unless Lydia's there, obviously, because
My man. You met my man over here, DK. Absolutely amazing. And we'd like to invite you back, have you back down the road a little bit. And like I said, Beatrice has been awesome to us and bringing us just outstanding people.
She's the best.
She really is. And her people get better and better. And granted, when she asked, I didn't know. I saw a little bit about you. I'm like, I hope this guy's good. And good isn't the word. You're friggin' phenomenal, man. This was great. And yeah, Todd West is right. Stella Pounders from a Chinese bodega.
Hell yeah,
That's
Todd.
our kind of guest.
Hell yeah, Todd.
Not as good as cranberry juice.
Maybe not. One more time for the folks out there who want to get to know more, you can check out DK.
Check out DK Lyons on Instagram and Facebook.
Wow, she did it better than I did.
That was great.
That's what I'm here for.
DK Lyons on Instagram, DK Lyons on Facebook. Again, YouTube, which is where I found our music. Beatrice said, "Do you want MP3s?" I'm like, "No, I want to go right to the videos." And then I saw the video. I'm like, "Holy shit, that
That's
was
where
so hot. I'm
that's where I
playing."
want people to find me, because that's where you get to kind of see the whole picture. You know what I mean?
And that's
And
big.
if you look far enough, you can check out the awesome skiing video that we got the first look at.
I'm definitely checking. That's in
I'm
the,
so glad that came up, and like I don't know if you have the time. I don't watch the whole thing, but like the skit segments of that
Watch
and,
the whole
and
thing.
Raiders of the Lost Park. It's just
Who doesn't have 42 minutes to watch a skiing video?
Wait a minute, give me a pen. Raiders of the Lost Park.
yep.
Who doesn't love a good pun?
I know what I'm doing after the show.
You got puns, hun.
That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. DK Lyons, thank you so much, dude, again, and we will talk soon because
Watch
this has
out
been
for our
fantastic.
upcoming duet.
Yep.
Exactly.
Duets with Lydia and DK Lyons. I know who's carrying the voice in that group.
It's
DK.
Lydia.
No, he's gonna hear me sing and be like, I instantly regret this.
And Jeff, we'll get you like a third verse like rap section where you can just freestyle over it.
I like it. I want to be like in your song that we played. That what was it? That huh or that yeah? Like what's that little piece of that? I want to be that guy.
The hey guy, yeah.
The hey guy.
So one last story, if you guys are cool with it. So
Oh, of course. You kidding
my
me?
first
Do
EP, I had this song called "Welcome to the Neighborhood," which is kind of like this aspirational song about just
Please
like
tell me it's Mr. Rogers.
it kind of inspired from that. And the video is also hilarious. This is another story, but
In your mom's garage?
I love Mr. I grew up on Mr. Rogers.
I said in your mom's garage.
Oh no.
Oh,
So it's funny. So I'll tell the song story first, then the video, because they're both kind of funny in their own ways. But the song is about like unity and just like let's get rid of all the bullshit and appreciate each other as human beings, essentially. And I had my two childhood best friends come into the studio and be in the booth with me, and we yelled "Hey" together. And then we had this weird like banter thing we recorded at the end where it's just us like talking about like how we hate when we have to talk about the weather with people because we have nothing better to say. So like it's this banter between the three of us. We've known each other for 20 something years at this point. Really funny. And then the video. So my favorite show of all time, and this
You can't even have a friend for 3 years.
well, we'll be friends for like 30 years, Liddy. Don't worry.
oh.
The video though. So I grew up. My favorite TV show of all time is the OG Magnum PI.
Oh, I love Magnum PI.
Yes.
I love Tom
So
Selleck. I'm a
I was
straight
hoping
man.
you
I'll
were
tell you, I
going to
love
say the
Tom.
Golden Girls.
Tom Selleck is like he's the man. He's an idol of mine. Like my mom and I grew up watching that show together. So the music video is me dressed up as Tom. I didn't do the mustache this time, but I've got the Hawaiian shirt. I've got the tiger hat, and I'm walking through New York City pre-pandemic, trying to get high fives from people and seeing. I'm just putting my hand up and seeing how many people will high five me.
I love that.
So
I did that on the cruise.
Yeah?
You got a high five waiting for it. And when I went on a cruise for my honeymoon, me and the dude I met from Staten Island took turns betting each other who can get the most hugs. Yeah, we were hugging strangers.
Yes. I love that though.
My wife watches Blue Bloods now. She's watching all the old Blue Bloods. Tom Selleck to me is friggin' awesome. I love him. Great dude. That's
Can't agree more.
Well, I'm going to be at the Beetle House just waiting for my hug from DK.
I mean, I might be there. We'll see.
wow. Only a message away. I just want to be invited to the first date because I want to watch it.
We'll do it in Philly, so
film
we'll
it.
make it easy on you.
There you go. Come in Philly. I'll show you all the great spots.
Do I get a cheesesteak?
Of course. And not just anyone. A real good
Cheese Whiz.
Wait, Jeff, where do you go? Because I was in Phily like a month and a half ago. I forget where we went. We heard it wasn't the right place though. So what's like the place in Philly?
one. All right. So
Extra Cheese Whiz.
extra. The tourist trap is Pat's
No
and Geno's.
onions.
You could throw them right. Pat's and Geno's, no way. You could throw them right out the window.
Okay.
The better ones are actually coming up in the Northeast. And Todd said it here, a place called Curly's up by me in Langhorne.
Okay.
Oh my God, I drew a blank. I'm so sorry. They're going to kill me.
Yes.
Anyway, Curly's
Curly's. Okay.
in Northeast Philly.
Do they have curly Q fries?
No. No, they have
This
everything.
is false advertising.
He's actually
at its
Really
best.
good.
He's actually a gourmet chef who used to have a restaurant on top of a social club who opened his own place, and it's amazing. Phil Steaks, I'll go with Phil's. Okay, Nick's.
You weren't too enthusiastic about Phil Steaks, so I'm not going to go with that one.
And a place up here by me in Langhorne, which I'll take you to when you guys both come and you come to my area in Langhorne.
That's what she said.
A little bar called. No, that's come in my place, not in my place. A place called Gleason's, which is a little bar up here, and they make a fantastic steak. South Philly's way better cheesesteaks. How dare you? Okay.
I'm going with Stephanie
Ooh,
because she
place
wrote in
behind.
all capitals, and that
Yeah,
means she's serious.
She's mad. A place called Angelo's down in South Philly. South Philly does have a lot of good ones.
Okay.
Angelo's, Del Sandro's. There's a lot. Trust me. You just come. You message me. I'll tell Lydia that it's going to be a surprise. I will take you to some of the best cheesesteak areas
It's not a
in
surprise
Philly.
if you tell me.
Promise.
Hell yeah. No, I love that plan. Lydia and I will come down on the train together.
That's where we're shooting our music video.
There you
In
go.
Philly. But you got to check what part of Philly, because if it's in North Philly, it's going to be an
No, it's
episode of
South Philly
Cops.
because that's what Stephanie wrote, and Stephanie is on our Family Feud podcasters team, and I trust Stephanie.
Now she said Angelo's also. I love Angelo's. It's a great spot. That's South Philly. And what's to say DK's not good at Family Feud? We're putting together a Family Feud podcast team.
Okay.
So you've been on a podcast. Maybe you're.
No, but he's not a podcaster.
He is now.
So okay, I don't want to keep this conversation going past when it should, but I have a podcast thing. I will
Go
say.
ahead.
So my sister and I are very close. She's 3.5 years younger than me. We hated each other till I was like 17, and then we've become best friends. And like to the point where people like question whether or not we're siblings because we'll talk about literally anything on the planet. So we have this podcast idea though called What Are Boundaries, where it's us talking about stuff that like siblings like normally wouldn't talk about. So we'll get the podcast going, and then at that point I will be a podcaster, and then I can be on the Family Feud team.
There you go.
So stay tuned for the next podcast from.
Oh, she's giving you that skepticism.
You're gonna have to watch my podcast first.
She's got a good one. I like
I'll take
it.
notes,
She's very good.
and we'll we got to respect the legends in the game, obviously. So did I say
I
best
re-
there?
I respect the legend of the game. I found StreamYard to the legendary Jimmy Starr. And I know I call him out all the time. Jimmy is a legend. He's got the biggest acts and the best acts go on his show. So, and I know every once in a while he peeks in and checks people out. So Jimmy Starr, if you check this out again, dude, I love you. Thank
Hi,
you for the
Jimmy.
inspiration
Hi, Jimmy.
and thanks for bringing us here. He's outstanding. Again, Beatrice Kimmel is the outstanding PR person. She brings us great PR. She brought us DK Lyons tonight. And DK, dude, it's been over an hour. I never do this, but I feel bad to let you go because I had such a great time. Check out the new music and go on Apple Music and Spotify and check out DK Lyons music because, dude, it's already on. It is already on.
Let's
Picture of my
go.
dog.
It's on like Donkey Kong,
Every time I get an artist on,
Diddy Kong.
I put their music right on my playlist because it's great. Like I don't have shitty artists. We don't
love
bring
it.
shitty artists on this show.
Well, I feel that makes me feel very good about myself. So thank you.
You
so
should,
much.
dude. It really is outstanding. It's fun. It's upbeat. Lydia was dancing and grooving and shaking her arms and
Head.
taking her clothes off, and I was like, wow, this is.
It's not what happened.
She was not. So Tom wishes to have a good one. DK Lyons, ladies and gentlemen, our very special guest. Dude, thank you so very much. And we will definitely talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me. Great conversation. Keep doing what
Thank
you're
you,
doing,
dude.
and we'll talk soon.
You got to have yourself a great night.
Have
And
a good
thank you for coming on.
night.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.
All right. DK Lyons, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you one thing, Lydia. It's always great here. And after the guest goes, I get a little sad. After you left, I was sad. I'm not going to lie. I love the people that come on the show, and they become family. Thanks, Todd. They become family to us because we want the real stuff. What makes you tick. And after you left the show and I messaged you, I'm like, I think I love Lydia. As I told you today, dude, like you're super cool. And it's real. We get real people on here to just let it go.
I'm so glad.
Of course. A shameless plug for Seagraves Cheesesteak here in Salem County. 2 feet long.
2 feet long?
Don't send Lydia a picture of 2 feet long unless it's a cheesesteak.
I kind of want to see a picture of 2 feet long. I won't lie.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. My wife should be chiming in any minute. He's like, he's off by at least a foot. So what do you think, Lydia? Hit me up. What do you think? DK Lyons. Great.
No, he was awesome. He's super down to earth and everything.
Very skeptical about cranberry juice.
Can I have my cranberry juice? Well, okay, you're right. It's not just cranberry juice. It's cran pineapple juice.
Oh, snap. See? Everybody thinking you're just drinking cranberry juice. So, me, I'm a cran grape. I'm a
Really?
cran apple. Yeah.
I am not a grape juice person. I don't know what it is. I've just never been a fan.
No? Why not?
I don't know.
Do you do straight cranberry juice? I'm okay with that.
Sometimes. But ever since I found I love pineapple juice.
Okay.
So ever since I found the cran pineapple, huge fan.
Wait a minute. Peach? No, wait. You mean not cran peach? There's no cran peach, is there?
I do believe there is.
Cran peach? Jojo likes cran apple. I like cran apple.
I think I could do cran apple.
Wait a minute. Cran cherry?
There's too many cran.
Is that a
stuff.
thing? Cran cherry?
I don't know if I could do cran cherry.
Yeah, imitation cherry flavored. Ugh. Ugh. That's the kind of shit you find in Loso beer. There's absolutely a cran peach. See, if Stephanie's not ready for Family Feud.
It's cran-tastic.
It's fantastic. That was a comedian. Who was the comedian? Oh, my God. Brian Regan, who does the whole cran thing. He's like, the dude that sells cranberry. Cran peach? That's nasty.
Oh my God, remember those commercials when they would get in the entire the whole barrel of cranberries?
Yes. Very bizarre.
Those were great.
2 foot long cheesesteaks. They use the roast beef meat. Roast beef meat? It's like a prime, or that sounds good. You got to come out to Philly.
Does it still have the cheese whiz on it?
You're like very insistent on cheese whiz.
Well, because doesn't that make it a authentic Philly cheesesteak? Is the cheese whiz?
It does, and I love cheese whiz. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's so artificial." I'm like, I love it. But the thing that's very big now in Philly is
who doesn't love cheese in a can?
You'd be amazed. There's a couple dicks out there that don't. But
I've seen them.
Cooper Sharp. Cheesy dick. Cooper Sharp is the big thing now in town. The Pop-Tart thing is great. Brian Regan, if you've never seen him, is hilarious. I got bad news, Tom and Lydia. I got a hold of Brian Regan's...
I don't want bad news.
Well, it's a little bit of bad news. I got a hold of Brian Regan's public relations people, and I said, Brian's so funny. I'm such a big fan. Love to have him on my webcast. And they said, Brian wouldn't be interested in such a thing.
That's just rude.
Right?
We're really fun people.
We are. And we make friendships. Like Lydia and DK, they're going to be skipping. They're going to be tiptoeing through the tulips soon enough. I don't know.
I just want to sing.
I just want to sing. Tomorrow night, we do a program called Yo 2.0, and everybody's hooting and hollering for JoJo. She'll be joining us tomorrow night. And our very special guest tomorrow night is, do I have her picture? Yes, I do. It's a sexy picture. There's nothing to it.
She's beautiful.
Is she? Her name
Look at her eyes.
Her name is Jassy Capella, and she runs a YouTube page called House of 1,000 Pops, and she's a big-time Funko Pop person. In case you know, I love Funko Pops. She's going to be on tomorrow night on Yo 2.0, and she's beautiful. That's not why she's coming on. She's coming on to talk about Funko Pops, and JoJo will be our very special guest co-host.
Well, talk about the Carrie Funko Pop and how it doesn't have any blood on it.
Dude, I am disappointed with that. I love the blood ones. Have her bring wings from the anchor in.
No. The Anchor
No?
Bar has terrible wings.
Really? Oh, we got to
Yes.
fight. We got to fight right here.
No, it's not a fight. The Anchor Bar has terrible wings.
Really?
Yes.
Todd, what are you doing to me here? Todd is usually my aficionado guy. Todd
No.
is very worldly. I'm disappointed.
He followed you. He didn't follow me.
Yeah, DK? He's going to follow you.
Oh, now he followed me.
Nah, I was going to say, he's keeping it low brow. Do I have a Funko Pop that is bleeding?
Excuse me.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I actually thought that maybe there was like some Carries that had blood and maybe some Carries that didn't. So I looked through all of the Carries that Walmart had.
I don't have any that have blood. I'm looking. I got a lot of them that
Excuse
don't
me.
have blood. It's okay.
I ate a crouton.
You were getting down on that salad. I felt bad if I curbed your dinner because
No, you're fine.
it was so last minute, and you're just so great for coming on. And I really
No, I'm having a lot of fun.
Thank you. No disrespect to Joy. I love her to death, but you were like,
I've never co-hosted a podcast before.
Really? You're very
No,
good.
I've never co-hosted before, and I feel super bad because I feel like I keep cutting you off.
No. That's what
But
it's
I
about.
randomly have just like thoughts in my head, and I'm like, I have to say this right now. But
That's
I'm
a good
used to,
thing.
I'm used to just like my podcast, and I'm like, it's my podcast. I can say whatever I want.
Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Hit it.
Oh, just the deets every Thursday night. All things strange and unusual with Lydia Manson.
I'm gonna just that's DEETZ.
Z. See, juice. Because
And
I
I-
can't
and I
stop
have
talking
one-
because I ate a dry crouton.
Just the Deets with Lydia Manson, and she promises if you tune in, there's gonna be no segments of her eating a dry crouton.
Yeah,
might-
I promise. That was a terrible idea. I don't know why I did that.
Don't die on the ocean.
Oh my god, if I die on the Yo Show, remember me.
Remember me. Holy shit.
Remember me how I was.
She's doing great. And Tom, I gotta be honest, like my regular co-host is Jewel. We got a great yin and yang. We get along great. I call her, in the beginning of the show, sister from another mister. We're like family. And I'm like, I need somebody tonight because Jewel is. And I'm like, you know what? I watched Lydia. I love her shows. Lydia was on our show. I'm like, let me ask Lydia. And she's like, fuck off, jerk. Show me your dick first. And I'm like, okay. So
I totally said that.
she did. She's like, show me your dick first. That's how men get my attention.
All the time.
She saw all 16 inches of it and said, if that is real, your dick,
Yes, I did.
I will guess.
Soft. Your wife is a lucky woman. The best way to combat this is with M&Ms.
There you go. Wait a minute. Stop this shit right now. Are you kidding me?
I got Christmas M&Ms.
Oh, I know.
Aww.
Yeah. But mine, much like my 2-inch penis, have no nuts. Oh,
That's good though.
oh. Fantastic. Like Batman. There's Spider-Man. So, I'm going to do a couple more topics.
Yeah,
And I
let's
wanna
do
lay these-
it.
I want to lay these out to you because some of them I think are fucking hilarious.
Let's go for it.
And I want your God's honest opinion. Hit me with this. So Shaquille
Rapid
O'Neal,
topics.
former NBA legend. They asked him about the LeBron James thing. Like LeBron James heard fans heckling him in the first row. He goes to the referee and asks him to have him removed. Shaquille O'Neal pretty much
Why were they heckling him?
because LeBron James
Fill me in.
He's kind of a big mouth and a jerk, and not a lot of people like him. I get it.
Okay.
I get it. So these people were heckling him. James goes to the referee and says, "Oh, can you remove them?" And the ref throws these people out of the stadium. Now, if you don't know, first row tickets to an NBA game are in the high hundreds. They're very expensive.
Oh, I assume.
So he gets them thrown out. And Shaquille O'Neal, who is a legend of the NBA, he says, "Yo, let me tell you this. If there's people heckling me in the front row, I tell my point guard, yo, throw me a high pass, and when it misses, I'll dive in the seats and give my man an elbow right to the head." That's how we did it back in the day.
Yeah.
And he says, if a guy is talking serious shit, I turn him and say, "Yo, man, here's my address. Come on over. Talk shit." the way they did it back in the day. So he's pretty much calling LeBron James a pussy.
I respect that.
My question to you is, let's say you're doing a live show. You're an actress. You do a live show. Somebody gives you the heckle. How do you come back? What do you do to a heckler?
I haven't had any hecklers on a live show yet. I've had a couple trolls on some photos I posted. And I kind of just respond to them like, first of all, you requested to be my friend. I didn't ask you to be here. You can leave at any time.
I like that.
I don't send out a lot of friend requests. I literally have over 800 friend requests pending right now.
That's one way to shut them up.
So, see yourself out.
I like that. Let me ask you an honest question.
Yeah,
Put you on the spot.
sure.
That M&M just gave me the dry crouton.
See, oh my God.
Holy
I
shit.
use my M&Ms to curb the dry crouton. Yours gave you the dry crouton.
So a guy like me comes out. And again, you can be brutally honest. I don't even know. A guy like me comes out, friend request you. Man, what makes you look at me and say, "Yeah, this guy seems safe," or "Yeah, I'll add this guy along," or whatever?
So
I'm curious.
Every friend request that I get, I actually go to their profile and scan their profile. What I look for is to actually see if it's a legitimate profile or not. Because a lot of them, it's like, okay, their profile was recently created. They have no posts. They have just a profile picture that was literally posted like the day before.
Okay.
Denied.
Denied.
If we have like 150 mutual friends, yeah, you're probably going to get accepted.
You got a decent shot.
Yeah. So things like that, like I, most of the time I accept like fellow podcasters and stuff because we have things in common, stuff like
Same.
that, and I want to support, people with fellow, similar interests, because I want to support those people, same
Right.
things like with, indie directors, indie actresses, indie actors, like I want to support my fellow people, because the only way we're going to get through this industry is with people with similar interests. So
I agree, and that's outstanding. And like I said, I do it a lot. And now, like from the program, it seems like all these artists, the ones that get the little blue certification check, pop up on my page. And I listen to them, and I like them, and I watch their stuff, and I ask them to come on. And some do, and some don't. Whatever, you break a few eggs. And it's amazing to me how they they sense it and they feel it out. And somebody like you, Lydia, I sent you a request, like I said, basically seeing what you do and what you're all about. And I sent you a request. And if you don't, I'm disappointed. But if you do, then we get to hear. We're sitting here on a Tuesday night, oogling the same guy, DK Lyons. Me and you were both all about him.
he's super nice.
He really is. He's great. And that's what I love about this. And when you get like the independent artists or the up-and-coming artists, or etc., they are so excited to talk about themselves. And he was so excited about it that he would talk about anything just to keep talking. And I love that, man. That's freaking awesome.
And that hour went by super fast.
It's supposed to be a half hour, and it was an hour.
Yeah.
I love it. And if you're still out there watching DK, we thank you very much. And don't
Yes,
forget
thank you
to-
for being on today. It was super awesome.
Don't forget to find Lydia.
Oh gosh, he's totally not going to ever talk to me again.
don't
He's
know
going to
about
be
that.
like, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not talking to her anymore.
He's totally going to meet you at Coney Island for a
he's
Nathan's hot
not.
dog.
No.
I want to go to Coney Island to get a Nathan's hot dog. No, I think you guys had good rapport, and I like stuff like that, and that's the super cool stuff. Like, I've had guests come on, and I don't want to lay Jewel out. I love Jewel to death. We've had guests come on and right after the show, like, Jewel, I love you. I want to take you out. And she's like, dude, that's on you, man. And, you know, the plot,
Diddy Kong is going to hear me sing and be like, yeah, never.
Diddy Kong.
Ever.
The plight is the word. The plight of the beautiful woman. I feel bad for you, man. I do.
I'm just a regular gal. Like, I don't offer anything.
You've said that a lot of times. I don't.
But it's the truth. Like,
You've got like this awesome necklace, and with a few minutes to go in our program, maybe like 12 or 13 or however long we go, I want to see and hear about the necklace because that's badass.
I got this at Spencer's. It's just like kind of like a barbed wire, I guess.
All right.
Not even barbed wire, but just like spikes.
I like it a lot. I dig it.
Thank you.
She's got the spikes with the Marilyn Manson Rob Zombie t-shirt on, and she's trying to pretend like she's not badass. Like, I don't buy that.
Not badass. I'm just me.
And we like that. We like you being you, and if you is a little bit of an edge, that's what we're all about. Let's see if I got another topic or two. I do. Oh, so there's a study. The University of Princeton and the University of Washington have gotten together.
I saw this.
Right? There's a camera.
Can I just say what a waste of money this is?
Thank you.
You're going to lose it. First of all, you're going to lose it.
Even the best of scientists will lose it.
You're going to step on it. You're going to crush it.
I agree. I'm with you on this. And I can only imagine the price.
And so it says it's going to take a photo and it's going to be able to magnify it 5,000 times its size.
Right. I guess there's hope.
What the fuck is that going to do?
Exactly. I guess there's hope for the dick pic guys. Magnifying it 5,000 times. See, that's rock. The kids are going to need it, right? The kids are going to need it. Like, they're saying, oh, think about colonoscopies and all that.
Okay.
They have the technology for that already.
We have been doing colonoscopies fine for how many years?
Plenty. Even
if you eat the camera the size of a grain of salt. How are you going to find it afterwards? How much does it cost?
I looked at that. I did not see a cost. When they talk about the millions of and trillions of that go into making this thing, not dollars, but just technology, I can't even imagine. Did you ever see the movie Inner Space?
No.
So there's a movie called Inner Space with Dennis Quaid. And he's in this little pod this big, and they shrink him all the way down, and he goes into the body of a person.
I just think of the Magic School Bus.
Yes.
They didn't need to be the size of a grain of salt, and they accomplished so much.
Right, Tom? Like, my wife would definitely inject one of these in my head. It's a lot. I think it's too much. And and all the conspiracy theorists, because my friends have already said, that's what's in the COVID vaccine, so it's already in your body. Why not? Why not? They can be watching this as we speak. That is some Ant-Man shit right there. It's a bad subject. It made Lydia very angry and quiet. It made
very
you quiet.
angry.
What else do we have? Let's go to Marissa Tomei. That makes me happy. So Marissa Tomei, who is she plays Aunt B in the Spider-Man series and the new Spider-Man movie coming out, No Way Home, which I can't.
She does.
Wait. Yeah, she's in it. She's Aunt B.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really far behind on all
Yes.
of my. Oh, I still haven't even seen Endgame. I know.
I cheated to get
I
that
know.
game. I did a backwards. Somebody gave me a backward anthology to watch movies in a different order to get the Endgame. So I watched Endgame, but yeah, I'm definitely very far behind. My cousin.
See,
she's
I
so
automatically,
hot.
my biological clock is ticking.
She
And
was so hot. in
how's
that
their
movie.
Chinese food?
Ah, very good. She was so hot in that too.
Right? That purple bodysuit.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay.
I just want to pretend for a second this microphone is Marissa Tomei. Okay, I'm done. That was disgusting.
I'm sorry. I was thinking.
Send all hate mail to Lydia Manson at Facebook.
Hey, Mel.
I'm being a pig. But
Oh,
so she was so amped up about the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home, which comes out in a couple weeks. I can't fucking wait.
did you know that the website for the tickets went down at
Yeah.
12:01?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My buddy got a pair of tickets for a Thursday show. Don't
See,
tell
I
my
wouldn't
boss.
even. I literally wouldn't even want to be in that theater.
Why? Do you have
Because
theater? You have theater
my-
phobia? My wife does. That crowded
My
theater
anxiety
phobia?
is so bad.
That's her.
I don't even want to be around that many people.
Wait till the premiere of The House That Eats Flesh comes out. I want to be there in the first row. Lydia Manson, I know her.
It's going straight to DVD.
That's okay. I want to be in line for that. Cannot be unseen. But yeah, so they filmed it. They film it. Of course, they all sign off the rights. And she's so friggin' excited about the ending. She actually told her therapist and said, "Look, patient, doctor, confidentiality. He can't repeat it." But she went that far to tell him. Have you ever been that amped about the ending of anything? Have you ever seen a movie? You're like, "What? It was so fucking great. I can't believe they kept that a secret."
No.
No. No. Same. And, like, this is like Marissa Tomei. Like, this is like a big time actress. My future ex wife. I love her.
I say that all the time. I'm like, oh my God, I found my future ex-wife at the gym. I saw my future ex-wife at the store.
That's okay.
I say it at least once a week.
Really? I like
Oh
that.
yeah. There's future ex Mrs. Mansons everywhere.
I can't say it because I have a current, so I can't say future ex.
There still can be.
There can be. I agree. I can say that. I've had previous. I don't know. But anyway, Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters near you. I forgot the whole topic. Just got so derailed by that. Hey, the future Mrs. Lydia Manson will not be an ex. You're fucking amazing. Nobody's leaving you, go. You are.
But what if I die?
Whoa, that's never happening either.
I can't live forever.
You can. I get this strange feeling you can.
No.
What the hell have I done here? Christmas time is coming. I don't want to assume religion. I don't want to assume what you celebrate. Hanukkah, Christmas, etc.
Christmas.
Christmas. When do you shop?
23rd.
23rd. Okay.
No, I am a procrastinator.
Same. Big time.
But yeah.
I'm a procrastinator. My wife has given me a list of several things she likes. If she's watching, which she does tune in off and on, I think she waits for me to start getting overly loud, then she tunes in. Because Perverted Jeff is louder Jeff, as you've all known. So I have not shopped yet, and I'm getting nervous because it's the 7th.
I also am not a rapper.
You're an eternal, whatever that means.
I am I put things in a gift bag.
Oh, same. Oh,
I
oh,
cannot
Jesus.
rap. I try to rap. It does not end well.
Thank you. I am a pathetic. I'm that guy that over.
It ends up with a lot of tape.
Yes.
Um,
I love that because that is.
I
totally
start off with the
right.
best of intentions, and I'm like, this is gonna be it. I sit down with the roll of wrapping paper and the tape and the scissors and the gift, and I'm like, you know what, Lydia, this is it.
This is
You know
it.
what?
You're gonna nail it this time.
I unroll the wrapping paper and I sit down with the gift, and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna do this. I try to measure out the gift. I'm like, this is the amount of paper we're gonna have, and then the scissors go, and they start to glide. You get the glide with the scissors,
Yeah.
and you know what? And you're like, this is it. This is happening.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be it. And then you start and you tape it, and you're like, you know what? We're off to a good start.
Yes.
And then you do the one fold, and you're like, it's going good. And then
Yes,
you fold,
this is
and then you fold up, and you're like, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Oh, rapping on a prayer.
Holy
then
shit.
and
That's
then
a
you
good
go,
voice.
and then you go for another one, and you're like, I fucked it up.
Yeah. Dude, I'm a little afraid because I feel like you watch me wrap presents from my window. Because that's me, like to a science.
So yeah. And then I'm like, why do I even try? Because it's the same thing every year.
I do need your actual address because my good buddy, my longtime friend Steve Giordano said all the 5-time pick talk gave me an idea for a Christmas card. He wants to send you a Christmas card with 5 different photos on it.
Different angles, please.
Yeah, of course. I've known Steve for like 30 some years. He is like,
If you could do it in 4K, that would be good.
ooh, he might have to do it in 4V, 4 Viagra's to make that baby come on up.
Oh, Lord.
Woo!
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Tell you what, don't knock it till you try it. The little blue pill, worth every penny. So I heard. He says, oh, it'll be 4K. You're dirty. Don't be dirty to my guest host. I need her to come back sometime.
This is a squeegee.
You first, Miss Squeegee. I gotta tell you, I said it to you today. I'll say it to you right now. I fucking love you. You're hilarious.
Thank
You're
you.
a great
I love
friend.
You.
You were a killer today. You really were.
Oh, thank you. I
when I
was
need
so nervous. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to mess this up.
Now you've been great, and that's the key to our show. Just be goofy, say dumb shit, hit on the guest. Yeah.
I wasn't hitting on it.
Stop it! My God.
I really wasn't.
DK Lyons, if you're watching this program right now, if you didn't get a little bit aroused by what was going on, I'm ashamed of you. I'm kidding. Very cute. Very innocent, fun.
I was just being nice.
I know.
I don't know why being nice is flirty.
No, it's okay. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of a woman being flirty is when she doesn't even realize she's being flirty. Men love that shit. We do. It's not like you're ugly either. Like you're, shameless. Shameless.
That's a great show.
That is a great show.
Except for the last season.
Yeah, I like the last season. Matter of fact, a previous guest on our program, Steve Howie, who plays Big Kev, he's been on our program twice. Big Kev. Oh, he's so fucking cool, too. We never had him on the video, though, just the audio. So he's on the audio the one time. I'll tell you a story real quick. We're running way late. He comes on the audio, and we call him because his agent says, can you call Steve? He'll be on set. We call him, and he picks up. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, is this Steve Howie? Yeah, what do you want? I'm like, this is Jeff. Yeah, what do you want, bud? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is Jeff from the Yo Show. He's like, I'm sorry. I figured you're some spam telemarketer, so I figured I'd give you the business. So he was like giving me the business. And he was on set, and he's ordering tacos from a taco truck. He's like, yeah, let me get a couple tacos. He's like, you don't mind if I eat, do you? I'm like, fuck no. You kidding me? Like, oh, I agree, Steph.
Amazing.
Oh,
I love him. Like, I watched him back on Reba.
Yes, he was awesome on Reba. He is so freaking cool. and I'm trying to get him back because Steph said get him back on video. First of all,
Yes. Can I be
imagine
the co-host on that one?
right. Imagine being the
Oh
second.
my god!
Imagine Steve Howie being the second
I would
best looking guy.
die.
There's a long list. Jewel wants him back. My wife wants to be the co-host. Everybody wants to co-host Steve Howie.
I will
He's
just sit back in silence and just watch.
Oh, he's a fucking stud. There ain't no doubt about it. And I told him, like, dude, you're like, I'm a straight man. I'm in love with him. I really am. Multi co-host. You're like, you're allowed to get 10 people at a time. We're gonna have like 8 co-hosts, me and Steve Howie.
Yes.
You're on the panel. He's gonna be on our Family Feud team too.
Oh my god!
So
I choose his left.
Whoa, he's left what?
His left side.
Okay. So you watched Shameless? Did you see the episode of Shameless where he was like
I've seen them all.
he was kind of like the stripper and the guy was
Yes.
giving him money for and that's when he
Yes.
found he had
He
cancer.
had the golden shorts.
He did have the golden shorts.
Yes, he did.
I'm getting hot. I'm a straight guy. But he's just fucking stud.
Lord.
So I've been trying. He's got new PR from him. I'm trying to get him back on to do the video thing
Please.
so badly. Love him. I don't even know why I started this topic. Oh, because Lori Cooper said Shameless. Anyway, yes, Steve Howie's been a 2-time previous guest. Trying again, people, I swear.
You know who you should have back as a guest? Is that Lydia Manson.
Oh, she fucking rocks.
I heard she's pretty amazing.
I can't. She arouses me too much. I can't.
Oh, she arouses me too.
She well, Todd West, thank you. And Todd West, ladies and gentlemen, is the man.
I heard he's a pretty amazing guy too.
He is. Him
Thank you
and
for tuning in.
him
You
and
and your
wife,
beautiful
Jules.
wife.
She is beautiful. We went to high school together.
You
and-
did?
Yes. And then she met Todd.
Oh my
and
god.
we
They lived
linked
happily
and
ever after.
We ran into by accident. It was freaking awesome. Oh, Tom, thanks, man. Definitely tune in again. We love it, dude. We're
Thank
very
you,
laid
Tom,
back.
for watching.
And there's people that do podcasts, webcasts that go by these guidelines and don't go live because they say nah a lot. Fuck you. Don't go live because you can hear like a dog barking. Fuck you. Go live. Be you. Be your real you because that's
Don't go
what
live
people
because
wanna
you
see.
can eat a crouton and start choking.
Don't go live because you can eat M&M's with Lydia Manson and choke to death on it. Oh, 3 blue ones.
You heard it live, folks. Blue M&Ms.
There's our M&M's.
Blue balls.
You're also
Well, I
nice
had a
with-
super fun time being your co-host, and I would
So
love
did
to
I.
do it again.
Oh, I would absolutely love to have you do it again. You really were sensational, and I mean it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Like I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You really were there for me today when like you need a friend, and that's just like the crazy shit about social media. Has its bad parts, but it has its amazing parts. And we met. You came on the show. You were great on the show today, and some of my toughest moments. You were there, just talk me through it.
It's what friends do.
And it is. You're absolutely right. Yeah, do it again. We will do it again. Lori, we will definitely have her on. Lori watches a lot. And I talked to her today as well. I've known Lori a long time. Went to school together. She is a great person, just a true warrior. And today she's like, no, dude, like, just keep being you. And that's it. That's how I do. I be me.
This is one of my absolute favorite motivational quotes. I remember that quote from when I was in like 6th grade. It was on a poster in my science class. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the stars.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Lydia Manson, Tom Gebhardt sharing some super motivational. I'm like motivated now. I'm going to go.
Right? Like, isn't that
run.
motivational? Because even if you miss the moon, you are still a star.
You know what they say? If you miss the moon, you might end up in Uranus.
Hey, that's not a bad place to be.
But that's a whole different episode. for
Hey,
a whole nother
Why
time.
don't you go aim for your wife's Uranus?
I might. She is probably sleeping by now. She knows when to cut me off. I don't blame her. But
I know I have an improv class I got to go to.
That's okay. We're cool with that. We're getting ready to cut it off. We're going to leave you, of course, with the sounds of St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn at www.stricketts.com. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Jassy Capella from House of a Thousand Pops and Jojo Ataku will be my guest co-host. We give a huge thanks to DK Lyons. Oh, why I don't call him DK Manson. How cute is that? Love a bear. Huge thanks to DK Lyons for coming on our program tonight. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram. And a gigantic...
And YouTube.
A gigantic, heartfelt, cannot be more sincere thanks to Lydia Manson for being a fantastic guest co-host tonight. Don't forget, The House That Eats Flesh will be out soon, starring the one and only Lydia Manson. She is terrific. We love you. We adore you. And thank you again so much for everything.
You.
I love you. So let me cue up the exit music.
I'm like, why
Yeah,
can't
I
you
know.
figure this out?
I
always
still
mess
haven't
it
gotten
up.
After all these years, I still have not gotten it right.
Me neither.
Go see it is right. The House That Eats Flesh. Wherever you find it. I heard Lydia does a great nude scene. I'm kidding.
I don't. You see my awesome elbows.
Oh, I'm hot for those elbows. Those elbows turn me on, baby. Oh shit, I can't. There it is. Okay. Share audio, share video. Where are we at? We there? There we are. All right, so again, the Yo Show, another Tuesday night in the books for Jeff the Shark Perini, Lydia Manson. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow night on Yo 2.0 and next Tuesday with Jewel Tatey. Good night, everybody. Lydia, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Exit music in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wait. Make sure the volume's up. It's not. 3, 2, 1, go.
Was it truly blessed if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you knew? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of blue? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the wound, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Early bliss, if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So